Well, hello everybody. I figured we'd try a new game. A little bit of a change of pace. It had been looking at me at the Steam store, or rather I at it. It's called Frostpunk. And it's a little city builder that's got some choice built in. And obviously a very cold theme. So let's give it a go. Obviously I tried to start a story, but what happened was I used a separate keyboard layout, and there's a little bug in the game currently where if you have two keyboard layouts configured, the controls get a bit wonky. So I just disabled my other keyboard layout, and I figured we'd start again because I think I lost most of my first couple days fighting with the weird keys. At any rate, to the game. You start with some settlers. You're the last city on Earth. You're way up north in the snow. And the gist is you've got to keep a generator running. So here they tell you you're the last city. Make the generator work. Okay, so I just started again. So we're just going to do the first couple days here. But from what I've gathered, all right, so I just paused the game with space there. I'm playing on keyboard and mouse. You start, you've got a generator here, you've got 80 people, but 15 of them are children, so they can't work. So you've got 65 people down here in the bottom right. You've got 65 people at your disposal for work, all right? Around the map, you have various resources, kind of just loose resources, that you can go gather, all right? Steel, wood, coal. As you collect it, it gets stockpiled in, as you might guess, your stockpile. And you use those resources. Well, you use coal to run the generator, and you use wood and steel to build facilities for your town. So kind of the first order of business here, they'll tell you, is to fight the cold. So we've got to get the generator running. So we'll see a little objective pop up down here. We've got to get the generator running so that our people don't freeze. So when I was battling my keys the other day, I made the mistake. You really want to commit here in the opening. You really want to commit to getting coal stockpiled and getting the generator on. So don't worry, because you got 65 people to burn through here. Not in the worst way. Okay, so coal pile. So we'll max that out. So there's a quick little button here that says max, or you can go up and down one at a time if you're kind of tuning stuff. But for now, we know we're going to need max there. Okay. Now, on the generator here, you can come over here to consumption. Okay, it's not on. Once we have steam, we can turn it on. But you can see up here at the top, we currently have none. You can also go down here and see coal. We have none. So, based on putting 15 people to that coal pile, we now are going to get 180 a day. All right, and we can also see that here. We're making 180 a day. But we're consuming currently, because it's not on, we're consuming 0. So right now we're in the green. So the key is to keep that in the green, otherwise we're running at a deficit, and you know this isn't the U.S. government. We got to keep the doors open, right? All right. So 180 a day. I believe though at this level, it tells you how much it turns. Okay, we need 6 to turn on. We'll know how much we need to consume after that. 180 a day though will not get us to 200. So let's go ahead and get another pile and max that out. Okay, so now we've got 2 piles maxed out, so I think we're gonna be at 360 a day, and I recall that this is above what it operates at. This will help us hit our 200 stockpile. Now we're also gonna need people to gather wood because we need to build homes. So we get 6 per hour. I believe the workday is from 8 p.m. to 6 p.m. So I think we have 10 hours. And if we're gathering 6 an hour, that's 60. So we're gonna need to build homes or people will freeze. So we have 80 people, and each house holds 10, and each house costs 10 wood. So that means we're gonna need 8 tents or 80 wood. So we're gonna need to commit a few more people to get some wood here. So let's find this, and let's see, we need 10 hours worth of wood. Well, that's all we had to give. Okay, so 2 an hour. So that's 2 an hour and 6 an hour, which is 8, and we have 10 work hours. Okay, we'll be right there. Maybe what we'll do, just to make sure we don't miss our mark on houses here, is we'll turn this down a little bit. So let's see, where's our consumption at? So 324 a day. So let's get to 200. I think it burns a little bit more than that. And let's make sure, because we're gonna need some wood. All right, so now that we've got our people committed more or less, largely to coal. So we've got 10 going there. We've got 15 going there. So 25 are dedicated on coal. And then wood crates, we've got 15 of 15 and 10 of 15. So pretty much an even split, 25-25. So we'll let it run. So now these guys will go push out through the snow and try to gather some resources for us. So they're letting us know about camera controls. The quick and dirty is WASD to pan, up, down, left, right, and then Q and E will let you rotate. All right, so we can speed this up a little. If you hit equal, it'll speed up the time a little bit. All right. And as soon as we have some wood, we can start building houses. Now, whoever's around town will build this. And now as we have more wood come in, we can build the rest of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need 8. 6. Yeah, I know we're out of wood. Oh, did we just unlock it? 7. And we just have to wait a moment while they gather more wood. While we wait, I think we can start this, because you can see we have 147 coal. So let's get that cooked on, so our people don't spend as long being cold. So we're still paused, and now we'll resume. Okay, so we got our last thing of tents here, so let's count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. And I think we're good there. So next most important thing to build, which we'll build tomorrow, is this medical post, because people tend to get cold and sick. So now they'll work all day gathering coal and wood. Oh look, we'll hit our mark here. And 200. So we just completed our objective there to fight the cold. All right, food. Secure a way to provide raw food and build a cookhouse to prepare meals. Okay, so that's another important one. So we have a little bit of wood here. And what we're gonna need is a cookhouse to cook the food, but we'll also need a hunter's hut to go fetch the food. So base heating level is 1. Base heating level is 2. Let me understand here. What's the heating level mean? I'm trying to remember. I think it means you need to keep it at a certain temperature. So O will open your temperature menu here. And so you can see all the homes are comfortable to live in, and you kind of get this temperature band. I think over time we upgrade this generator, and obviously we can expand the city. All right, so build a cookhouse and start preparing meals, and then build a hunter's hut. So because we already have some food, I think the thing to do here is to build a cookhouse. The only bummer is if we build this cookhouse, we're not gonna have. Okay, I think that's what we have to do. So let's build the cookhouse. All right, and let's let time resume. So we're running at kind of the middle speed here, which is game speed 2. And I think our workers here will stop working at 1800. And I think they'll keep working until they finish building stuff once their shift's over. So I think we'll see. Yeah, you see all these get maxed out. So now it's getting built pretty quick. All right, pretty cool. So only 10 are homeless, and now none are homeless. Okay, so everybody's got a home now. Now, this cookhouse will get built, right? We're good there. Now, this is kind of where you first discover that you have 2 different types of employees or civilians. You've got workers that kind of do the raw gathering, And then you've got these specialized engineers. And you start out with 15 of them. So the cookhouse takes engineers or workers, but since we don't have any workers, we'll dedicate engineers there. Okay, now it's late in the day, it's 9. So what's gonna happen is everybody will go to bed. They're not gonna turn raw food into rations until the workday starts tomorrow. But we should be okay. Here, let's read about food and hunger. Alright, so when we see this icon, that means we've got a hungry individual. So the hunter's huts and the hot houses, which I don't think we have unlocked yet, are ways to gather raw food. And then, of course, we refine it into rations in the cookhouse. So we'll run through the first night here. And I'd say all in all, this first day went a lot better. I don't know how much wiggle room there is for optimization on this day 1 strategy. Because if you don't have 8 tents, your people will get cold and get sick by like day 2, even though it's pretty warm around this generator. And if you don't have the cookhouse, they'll be starving after a couple days. So I think this is pretty much set in stone.